Careers. An occupation undertaken over a large portion of someone's working life. Careers are very important, so much so that even during that working life and afterwards can be affected by it. Hello, my name is Deon'te Jones, and today we'll be taking a look at 3 different careers. 1 in which I would like to pursue, and 2 that are related to it in this industry case study. The career that I would like to pursue is that of a music composer. Music composers produce original music that can be used in various forms of media, which can be games, film, theatrical, so on and so forth. Why is this something that I want to do? It's because throughout my entire life, music has been one of my greatest passions. And within everything I enjoy doing, music is a part of. So I would like to use that passion to increase and enhance the storytelling of said passions, like video games, movies, and other things. Taking a look at the music composer profile, you'll see that composers, as I said, produce original music. They might even arrange music that's already existing into new compositions. They also meet with various different types of people, collaborate and work with them to accomplish these goals of music creating. The degree requirements for a music composer depends on the composing type. Whether you're going to be a live band director of a musical orchestra or working as a producer behind the scenes in a studio may vary on whether or not you may need a bachelor's or master's degree. Music composers also have skills that include leadership, they are musically talented, and they're also very skilled at working with various people. They make roughly $51,000 median salary. The benefits of being a music composer include the fact that it is a very passion-driven job, because the people who are watching the things that your music is added to can sense that passion within it. And as long as you're passionate enough to do it, anything that you apply to it will come out great. You also have opportunities to work from home, which in situations like we are living now, where it is hard to get out and work with other people, it is very flexible. You can also often create your own schedule, which enhances the flexibility of being a music composer. However, it is a tough and competitive job. Because of how popular the music industry is and will always be, the job competition is very rough. Also, if you're a live band composer or if you're just attuned to listening to loud music for long periods of time, it can cause potential hearing damage that is permanent. And even though relocating for work can be a positive thing, if you're not ready for it, it can be detrimental to your lifestyle. Now let's take a look at some of the related careers. Music producer, which is probably one of the closest careers that is closely tied to being a music composer. They make music and oversee the production of said music. They understand every aspect of the production, and they also understand how to record said music as well. Looking at the music producer profile, you may require a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree may be required depending on where you're going to produce for. A DAW or digital audio workstation certificate may also be needed, such as working with Pro Tools, FL Studio, such and so forth. Much like being a musical composer, music producers also have skills that are very similar, such as leadership, being very musically talented, being able to fund and negotiate said musical productions. They roughly make a $59,000 average salary. The benefits of being a music producer include, again, being able to collaborate and work with various artists around the world, including traveling to work with said artists around the world. They make various forms of income and most times are paid upfront, which can be a plus to most people. However, long hours in the studio can be one of the downfalls to some people as being a musical producer. Again, much like being a musical composer, the travel can be a positive but can also be a negative if you're not ready for it. It's a very monotonous work, doing some of the same things for hours on end, as well as it is very hard to keep up with the constantly changing times. Here is one of our Full Sail graduates from the 1998 Recording Arts program, Dan Fontana. Dan Fontana, after graduating, proceeded to have an internship with Disney Music Department. And that led to the creation of the TYFY studio, which Dan began to create music that was then used within the theme park rides at Disney. Dan's music can now be heard around the world as a part of the Disney Cruise Line, as well as Disney theme parks around the entire globe. And one of their most notable works is being able to contribute to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge ride, in which they take very pridefully. One of the other careers we're going to be looking at today is that of a Foley artist. A Foley artist records sounds using props for sound effects to be used in various forms of media. Looking at the Foley artist profile, there's actually no specific degree requirements or certifications required to be a Foley artist. In order to be a Foley artist, you should have an understanding of the sound equipment that you are using to record said props and some musical training. Their skills include timing, attention to detail, and creativity to figure out how to make said sounds that they are seeing on the screen. They make roughly $200 to $400 per day. One of the benefits of being a Foley artist is that it is a fun and interesting job. Having to come up with creative ways to make different sounds, to reenact real-life sounds on the screen is very cool, in my opinion. You get to work with different and various props and objects. Most times, your creation is not limited to what you can use to make certain sounds. There's also various forms of income as you can work with different types of people and different companies at the same time. So there's a lot of work flexibility. However, one of the difficult things about being a Foley artist is that it tends to be a temporary job. A lot of Foley artists end up having to do freelance work without having long contracts to sustain them financially. Along with being a Foley artist, if you can't get the sound just right, or if you're having troubles trying to figure out how to make a certain sound, it can lead to potentially long work hours. And something that could be a positive, but also a negative, yet again, can be thinking outside the box for some people. Here is another Full Sail graduate from the 2003 Recording Arts program, Brett Voss. He is accredited on many films and games. After graduating, he moved to Los Angeles to pursue his career in recording arts, where he actually ended up becoming a mixer, a Foley mixer and editor for the critically acclaimed TV show Game of Thrones. I'm sure a few of you may know about that. One of the things that I took from his interview was a question where someone asked, what is the most unusual everyday sound that he's gotten to use within the making of Game of Thrones? And that is, umbrellas can sound like dragon wings. And that is a very important look into how creative that you can be as a Foley artist.
It's getting the mix just right. It's getting the perfect take. It's putting your art in motion. It's going beyond playing games and actually creating it. It's doing what you love every day.